This is our Lionel 752E Streamliner. I love this train. I got it as a Hallmark ornament many years ago and just thought it's so cool. It's got vestibules that hook the cars together. Each car is lit. It's got this amazing round Art Deco shape. Just super cool. So I picked this set up very inexpensively, like most of the trains I buy, because it was missing the motor. And I actually had a motor that I had picked up in a big lot that was missing the mount, where it's a ball that sits on top of the motor that connects into the Streamliner shell. So I actually made a new motor mount for this and put the motor back together. And when I got this set, the paint was really faded and really dirty. And most of the stamping that Lionel had put on the side, the Lionel lines, the Unjon Pacific, and the car numbers, was faded to the point where you almost couldn't read it. So with some of the other pre-war trains I had done, I had tried to use cleaner wax, and I could never get the paint right. It always kind of screwed up the paint. It rubbed off the lettering. It didn't quite get it back to what it should look like. So I had bought this for the custom car that I built, this Griot's Best of Show wax. What's nice is it's this really nice wax. It brings the finish right back. It's this beautiful shine, but it doesn't wear down on the paint, and it doesn't rub off the lettering. So I took this set completely apart. All the handrails came off, all of the window holders came off, all the old windows came out, and then I buffed and buffed and buffed this paint until I got it as shiny as it could be. And I'm kind of happy with the chips still being in it, because it's a toy, it was played with, and it looks like it was played with. But the shine is back. And then I bought the custom stamps and re-stamped this set. So all the cars got brand new Lionel lines, all the cars got new numbers and the Unjon Pacific across the top. Then the vestibules were cleaned, all new wires went in, new slider contacts for the third rail went in, and then I put all new windows back in the passenger cars and in the motor. My secret on the windows is I want something that's a little bit hazy, not perfectly see-through, something that's got a little bit of thickness to it, and something that is resistant to heat, because you can see up in the motor, the light bulb's not far from the windows. So you have to be careful on the material you use. So I actually use a to-go container from the restaurant I work at, but it's microwave safe. So it resists the hot temperatures of the food that we send home. So it works really well in these Lionel trains. I actually cut apart the lids, make new windows. I've been running them in passenger cars with the lights on and 18-volt bulbs, and I've seen no wear, no warpage, anything. So put all new windows back in, reassembled the set, and then went to put it on my 54-inch loop, only to find out that a Lionel 752 can't run on anything less than a 6-foot loop. By the basement you see, I didn't have a place to drop in a 6-foot loop, unless we went up. So what started as this really cool little Streamliner set also turned into finding vintage track, tubular rails, a 6-foot loop, and then building a 6-foot loop around the ceiling. So I made this I-beam shape that goes from one wall to the other as one wall support. I used shelf hangers on the other wall. That's where I park the trains at night, because that's the strongest part. Around the ends, I connected it to the racks on one end, and then I connected it to the wall on the other end. And then all the way around the edge, I added all of these posts and then ran a real heavy-duty wire all the way around. I soldered my ends so that the wire can't pull out. And then where it's loaded, I actually made this. so that that'll come down and I can load nice and easy, but it's still there to kind of protect that big opening that I have. So I put the whole thing together, went to run the train, and the transformer I was using put out about 17 amps, not enough to drive this train. So I put LED bulbs in the train. Again, not enough amps to run the train. So we had to upgrade and go big to make this big train run. So we now are running a Lionel post-war ZW 275 watt massive transformer, but it gets us this real nice power supply for the train. Again, an original paint Lionel 752E, rebuilt on its own custom track.